Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into Jaime's podcast. Today, I have a very special guest with me, Ezequiel Martinez, first semester here at SCC. I'm going to be interviewing him about evolution and what he thinks and what the regular folk here at SCC think about evolution. Ezequiel, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me, Jaime. Thank you so much.
So, I'm conducting this project for my anthropology class.
Mm-hmm.
And today I want to discuss evolution and how the general public perceive evolution. So from your understanding, what is evolution?
Well, I learned this in high school. I just saying everything started from monkeys and we all evolved. Evolution's we all get better and we're gonna keep improving as the year goes on.
Okay, that's actually kind of a perspective that I had, but through this course with Professor Valdos, I've learned that evolution is actually a change in the genetic structure of a population.
Oh, wow.
And that this sometimes is the result of new species at times. But I found that it's really interesting how the environment is what causes evolution. A lot of people, for example, how they say, and this is probably a thought that you have, that evolution says that there were monkeys, that there were fish, and that from those fish somehow turned into monkeys, and then from monkeys we got here.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the general understanding that you have of evolution?
Yeah, and then everything needs to survival of the fittest,
Well, okay, actually let's talk about that. What do you think the survival of the fittest is?
It's well, this goes back to the Galapagos Island, and the birds and how they all changed and stuff. So the ones that were the best survived, basically.
The ones that were the best survived. The ones most fit for the environment were the ones that survived.
Yes.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Let's see, what else can we talk about here about evolution? Have you heard of social Darwinism?
No, could you explain it to me, please?
Social Darwinism, it's kind of how some people interpreted that survival of the fittest, that same idea, and applied that to humans and constructed a social ideology based upon this biological fact or this fact, a scientific fact. So they were explaining that, for example, they were saying that African Americans were inferior, and they actually used the size of the brain or the skull to say that because they were their skulls were smarter, that they had the right to be racist against them. But there's actually no correlation between the size of the skull and the size of the brain that says that someone's not as smart or that someone is inferior to someone. What actually matters is the body to brain ratio. Because for example, whales, they have huge brains, but they're not they don't have the same abilities that humans have. So let's see what else. I actually want to ask you something else. Are you religious, Ezequiel?
Yes, I'm Catholic.
So how does evolution play a role in your religious views?
Well, I don't know. It's I switch between both. Sometimes I'm oh, did God really die for everyone? Did he really make us humans? Or did the Big Bang actually create our universe and stuff like that? And how did everything evolve just to make us,
Right, but my question is more towards do you believe in evolution and are still religious? Because there's a lot of people who say, oh, well, evolution is not real because it conflicts with my religious views. So what's your take on that? That's my question.
I think it's kind of true, Some part I think is it works together. Everything fits perfectly.
Okay. Do you believe there's such thing as a missing link? That there is cause a lot of religious people say that there's no connection between the monkey and the humans. We're missing that link. Is that what you think?
A little bit, yeah, because I'm like, how do like fish, they just randomly get feet and then just start walking around the earth, like, and even though like they had gills, and like how do they breathe and stuff?
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And this is actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. Conduct this interview, is because one of the things that I learned, is talking about the missing link, is that there's no such thing. Did you know that? Like, I thought there were monkeys. It was whatever the missing link was, and there were humans. But there's actually not that. There is actually a whole, like a series or many different type of species that led up to humans. You know, for example, like we are not like humans are not direct. What do I say? Like, we don't directly come from monkeys or apes or whatever. We have a common ancestor.
Yeah.
With those animals.
Yeah.
Or those type of species, and somehow through evolution, through adaptation, through change of environment, things happen, and there came hominoids, and like there were Homo erectus, there were these other type of species called Neanderthals.
Yeah.
And somehow that through evolution we became to be humans. Oh, Homo sapiens, because that's like our species name,
yes.
The scientific name.
Yes.
That's how we came to be. And I think that speaking with religion and this, I think that there's a much clearer path to follow, kind of like, and understand what evolution is. So I would highly recommend to try to take an anthropology class and try to understand a little more how evolution works, and because it's really interesting to kind of see how humans have gotten to this part. Kind of wrapping this up, is there any last thoughts, any comments that you have about the discussion that we just had?
Yeah, I like your tip you gave me, and then I think I really want to learn more about this evolution stuff. It's like I only learned in like high school, so.
Right. I mean, but this is your first semester, so you still have some time
to
take some classes, right? On
yes.
This?
Yeah. It seems pretty interesting.
Did this help you understand evolution a little more?
For sure. Like, way better.
All right, well, don't be dramatic now.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Ezekiel, for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And, this wraps up Jaime's podcast, and we'll see you soon, people. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in